everybody. I'm Linda, for those of you just tuning in.
Hi, everybody. I'm Natalie. Thanks for joining us on our Wellness Wednesday call. Today, we're doing manifesting for your heart's desires with Linda. I'm pretty
Yes.
excited for it. So, it's to get us ready for 2021, a new year, a new fresh start.
I'm so excited to do this. So, for those of you who don't know my backstory in terms of manifestation and energy, I actually started quite a long time ago when I was 13, training and diving into this whole metaphysical world and energetic world. So, I do this as a practice as well. I have a client base as an energy medicine practitioner, but this is one aspect that I love. And so I know, Nat, like this year has been, talk about a year, right? Like
Yeah, it's
2020.
been quite a crazy year for everybody, I think.
It's been a huge year.
Yeah,
And what I want to share with you guys today is just my process, my ritual that I do and that
yeah,
I use with clients to really release the old, release the
yeah,
junk, bless it all out, and call on the new. And I think
yeah.
when it comes to manifestation, what I'm sharing, there's a lot of different rituals, and what I'm sharing, if it resonates with you, I'm going to walk you through it, use it, leverage it, enjoy
Yeah.
it.
I think a lot of people need this right now because everyone's really stressed out. So, and like people not
Yeah,
working, financial burdens, and I think just we need a lot of release. So I think this comes at a perfect time.
I agree. I agree. And I'm going to dive right in. Any questions or comments you guys have? I mean, I used to teach this as an hour and a half long workshop. So I'm going to give like the 20-30 minute short version of it, just so you guys can get the key points. This is saved as a recording, so you can come back to it. You can pause it. You can do it if it resonates with you.
Yes, for
Please,
sure.
please leverage it. And I think when it comes to manifestation, there's really two parts. So there's part one, which we're going to first talk about, which is celebrating, blessing, releasing the old. Because if we don't clear out space, we can't call on the new. We can't call on what we want. And I think a lot of people miss, this first part. We're so eager to just dive into what do we want to create, what do we want to create, and we don't really take a moment to
Yeah.
acknowledge everything. So that is step one. So what I want you guys to do when you go to do this, and when I say go to do this is, I'm going to walk you through it now, but I want you to really give yourself some space to put this into play, because if we don't
Yeah.
take the time and we rush it, or we kind of half do this, half effort it, we're not going to really get what we want. It's sort of like with
Yeah.
anything we do, right?
Well,
When we
it's like a
come
lot
to
of
do,
people, they'll still try it out and then they're like, oh, this isn't working. It's not for me or something. And then they just give up, but they don't really put in that energy that they need to get what they want.
that's right. And I'm not asking you to even dedicate a lot of time, but take 30
Yeah.
minutes, take an hour aside where you're in your sanctuary, you're cozy, you're undistracted, to
Yeah.
really get into the flow. And then you're going to create an incredible, more magical recipe, right? You've got all the
I'm
ingredients.
excited. Yeah.
Okay, so let's dive in. So step one, it's all about closing off this year, celebrating, recognizing, and releasing. And
Yeah.
like we said at the beginning of this, it has been a challenging year on multiple levels. There's a global pandemic that I'm sure many of us have never faced before.
Yeah.
Um,
And the
but I want
negativity that came with it all. Like, I don't know about you, but like, I try to avoid a lot of it, the social media aspects because it just seems like so negative. I'm always trying to look for the positive messages and the positive posts and clinging to those. And I think that's really important right now.
Yes, I agree. And I want us to, when we close up the year, there's a few things to do. One is, let's start on that note, Nat. Let's
Yeah.
start with appreciating our wins,
Yes.
celebrating our wins. So I want you guys to write down these questions and think about it.
Yeah. No
What
matter
is
how small.
there? That's right. That's right. No matter how small, what is there for
Yeah.
me to appreciate? What is there that I can give gratitude? What is a success? What is a joy? What is an accomplishment?
Yeah.
If you just made it through your day in one piece, that is an accomplishment.
It is. Yeah.
And we want to really get ourselves into this energy of gratitude as we close off the year. Whether it is, hey, I learned, maybe you spend a lot of time in your kitchen. I learned how to bake an awesome chocolate chip cookie, or
Yeah.
I I
For
learned,
things that people maybe wouldn't have done before because they didn't have the
that's right.
time.
That's right. Exactly.
Yeah.
All these small wins, write them down. There is nothing that is too small. And it's key to do this, to start with this as we close off the year. And we're going to get to the growth and the challenges in a moment, but it's key to do this because it will set you up energetically to get into this field, this space, this sense of limitless possibilities with that gratitude.
Yeah.
So start with,
I don't know about you too, but like I've definitely found that like it made me realize how fast life was. And now
right?
that we've had to take it back, it's like I enjoy this extra time that I can breathe. I don't have
Yes.
to run to this place and then I have to go from that place to that place. And it's nice to just enjoy.
The silver linings,
Yeah.
right? The silver linings. Yeah, I know there's a hashtag trending COVID silver linings at one point, and
Yeah.
it's true. Like some of us are feeling gratitude for no commutes, for having
Yeah.
some mobile flex, like office flexibility, for
Yeah.
having
Work
time
from
with
home,
work
save
from
money on gas.
home, save money on gas, learning
Yeah.
new cooking skills,
Yeah.
all these things. Like that's exactly it. What are those silver linings of 2020 for you? And write them down.
Yeah.
Write them down. And then what I want you to do after you really dive into that energy of appreciation is let's talk about recognizing and acknowledging our growths. There might have been so many challenges that we faced, but look at how
Mhm.
much we grew. Look at
Yeah.
what we overcame. Look at what it brought for us,
And how much we've learned throughout all of this.
how much we've
Like,
learned. I think,
yeah.
yes, like, we've learned to overcome so much. So we can't see each other in person. We had to social distance, but we've gone on Zoom. We've gone on
Yeah.
FaceTime. We've really come to appreciate that. So how much stronger are you?
Yeah.
Look at what you overcame. So think of this next step as part of releasing is you're giving gratitude to all the wins and the highs and the appreciations and the success. And we're also recognizing the growth that we've done. And then once you've recognized the growth that you've done, we want to look at what are you willing to let go of? What are you tired of carrying on?
Yeah.
What story are you tired of telling yourself? Or have we played, and I'm not saying that you didn't have a right to this or not, but were we stuck in victim mode a lot? Were we telling the same story and story again? So
Yeah.
what you want to look at is what are you willing to release? What is weighing you down that you are like, you know what? I do not want to carry this anymore. I deserve more. I don't
Yeah.
want to energetically carry this on. And this is so key because if we are willing to look at, you know what, that might have happened, and you're not saying that you don't wish it didn't happen, but you're
Yeah.
looking at, you know what, this happened. I'm
How did I grow
tired.
from it? Yeah.
That's right. How did I grow from it? And am I willing to let go of it? Like I want more for next
Yeah.
year. I am done with that story. I am tired of that. What am I?
I feel a lot of people have trouble with this one though. Like it's something
Yes,
that
good
a lot of people
point.
are like,
Yes.
I don't want to let go, or how do I let go? That it's just a lot of people I think struggle.
How do you let go? That's a really good
Yeah.
question. And you know what? It starts with the decision to do so. And
Yeah.
I mean, there's a whole, other process around that too, but it starts with knowing, okay, what am I willing to let go of? What is
Yeah.
carrying weight? What is carrying space energetically? When we want to bring on new, it's sort of like think of it as I feel like I show a drink at every time we do a webinar, but this is
Yeah.
my I can't even show this. Like this is my drink, right? Like I I need to create energetic space. You can't put more clothes in a closet that's full. You can't pour in a cup that's full. It's going to
Yeah.
overspill. So if you want to really fill up your cup, this is key. What is it that has weighed me down? What is it
Yeah.
that I'm tired of? What is it that I am saying, you know what, universe? I am so done with feeling this way. I am so done with this story. And
Yeah.
guess what, universe? I want a new ending to this. I want to feel that we're going to get into what you want to feel in a moment, but
Yeah.
you first have to see what am I willing to let go of? And you know what you
Yeah.
said, and that is a key point. There's a difference, right? What you want to let go of and what you are willing to let go of, because
Yeah.
sometimes we just hold on to it.
And
It
some
might
aren't
be.
possible right away, or some you have to work towards something before you can let it go.
That's right. And that will come in the next few steps of how a little bit more,
Yeah.
but it really comes with starting with deciding, okay, I'm acknowledging that X or XYZ or A to Z, there could be a
Yeah.
whole list,
There could be a whole bunch of them.
a whole bunch of them. It doesn't matter, but you'll know it because you'll be like, you know what? ask yourselves, aren't I tired?
Yeah.
Tired of feeling this way, of running this pattern, of
Yeah.
telling this
And how can
story,
I fill it with more energy, uplifting energy, positive energy?
which we'll get into. We'll get
Yeah.
into the how. But so the first part, I'll just recap for everyone if you're taking notes or if you're going through this,
Just
is
joining in.
yeah, so there's two stages. Stage one is we're celebrating, blessing, and releasing the old to clear space to make way. And we
Yeah.
do that by appreciating the silver linings, appreciating the wings, and giving gratitude. Step two is we recognize our growth and challenges, and we're aware of what we went through, what made us stronger, what didn't break us made us stronger. They're called growing pains.
Yeah.
And step three of closing off the year is well, what are we willing to let go and release? What am I tired of carrying? What is weighing me down? Those three things is going to be what's going to help you close the year. That is the
And to
old.
bring in the magic.
Exactly. Now we set the stage to bring on the new, to
Yeah.
bring on the magic. So the stage two of manifestation is we're going to call in the new. So this is how we're going to do it. There's a few more steps to that. This is how I do it. So number one is we really want to look at what are our core desires? What is at the heart of 2021 for us? And a lot of people will jump right into the what of I want a new car, I want a new house, I want a partner, I
Yeah.
want this, I want. Take a step back. We need to take a step back to energetically align
Mhm.
with these core desires, because when we do this, it's sort of like we don't want to put the cart before the horse. What is it, the chicken before the egg? Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
because if you put on too much, you're just going to get discouraged right away and not carry on with it. So,
right. And we're not, even when we're saying a what, but we're not energetically feeling it and
yeah.
aligned. Like we might be thinking something up here, oh, I want this. But maybe once we do the step that I'm going to walk us through, maybe energetically it's actually something else.
Yeah.
And when we're really aligned with what our heart desires, that's when big time magic can
Yeah.
happen.
You actually
So
have you had people before where they've like started with one thing and then as they've done the process actually changed their wants or their needs?
completely, because it's sort of like, imagine if you're trying you want to order Thai food, but you're
Yeah.
dialing the pizza place.
Yeah.
You're like, I want Thai food, but I'm dialing the pizza, and those are two different things, right? We could be
Yeah.
telling the universe, I want this, but energetically, we're like, we're thinking, yeah, I want Thai, I want Thai, I want Thai, but energetically, we're dialing the pizza place,
Yeah.
dialing pizza place, right? There's no way you might,
Yeah.
but it's going to be really hard to get Thai food out of a place that only serves pizza.
Right.
Maybe they have a cool Thai pizza, I don't know, but that's what we do energetically. That's what we signal to our bodies. We're saying we might be wanting one thing, but energetically we're giving a mixed signal. And that's
Yeah.
why it's so difficult. We come up against walls to manifest. So what we want to do is we want to start with really looking at, and you can look at different areas of your life, but looking at, how do I want to feel?
Yeah.
Danielle Laporte does
So
an amazing
important.
job at this with Desire Map. She talks about, manifesting from a place of feeling. For those of you
Yeah.
who follow Abraham Hicks, it's all about feeling to come into
Love.
alignment.
Yeah.
So I'll give you an example. So you can break it down into different areas of your life. So Nat, give me an area. Like it could be health, it could be romance, it could be career. Like pick an area, and I'll give an example.
Let's do health because I feel like health is always the number one thing for everyone's like 2021 start.
Okay, amazing.
Yeah.
So health, when you're doing this at first to align with the feeling, you got to think about how you want to feel. I want to feel energized.
Yeah.
I want to feel vibrant. I want to feel glowing. I want to feel balance. I want to feel
Yeah.
peace. I want to feel ease, because health is about physical and mental and emotional.
Yeah. There's
I
so many
want to
sides
feel
of it.
ground. Right, exactly. So
Yeah.
I want you to think about, as you're going through this process, and this is where, if you're doing this as a recording, just pause it once
Yeah.
this is done with the live. Just
You can
pause
take
it
some notes down.
and what I actually do when I do the workshop and I take people through it is, we first, before we step into how we want to feel, we ground our energy and we go into a little meditation. So for those of you who have tuned into our previous talks about grounding, energy, manifesting, you can even play that. And then you're grounded, you're centered, you're clear, you're undistracted.
And
You've
then
got
dive
your
in.
third. Then you dive in. Exactly. So I want to feel energized. I want to feel vibrant. I want to feel, and you want to always list it from the positive, how you want to feel. So rather than
Yeah.
saying, I don't want to feel pain, you want to say the way you
The
want to feel. I
positive
want to
message.
feel exactly. I want to feel free. I want to feel mobile. I want to feel
Right.
ease. I want to feel
And there's so
flexible.
many
Like
things. There's so many things with health too. It's like I want to feel good mentally, but I want to feel good physically. There's so many
that's it.
areas that you need to address.
That's exactly it.
Yeah.
So you want to really you describe, and it's the same for any of the other areas. I want to feel abundant. I want to feel secure. I want to feel safe. I want to feel
Yeah.
love. So
Do you
whatever
recommend
air,
people write it down, or do you
yeah,
recommend people like say it out loud? Like, is there one
no,
that's
right.
better than the other?
I mean, whatever works for you. But when I do the 90-minute work, like the full workshop, we
Yeah.
write this all down just to see it on paper to get the clarity. There is
Right.
power of pen to paper. And
I've even had like people say like even put like cue cards or something or post them on their walls in the morning when they see it first thing.
we'll get to that part too. We will. We'll get
Yeah.
so at this point, you don't want to do
Exciting.
the cue card part yet, but what you want to do is have a journal as you go through this and write down write down the different areas of your life. So say health,
Yeah.
career, family, home, whatever speaks to you, the
Yeah.
different categories. And next to those, ground in and look at how do I want to feel in each of those areas. First, the feeling before an actual tangible thing.
Yeah.
First, the feeling. And then what you're going to do is you're going to see all of these amazing feelings and look at the theme, the heart of 2021. Like
Yeah.
maybe it's about courage, maybe it's about security, maybe it's about safety, maybe it's about you'll see a common thread, and there might be a few, but really narrow it in and see like, wow, I'm like, what are your three things? 1 to 3 things.
Yeah.
And this is going to be your theme, your heart of 2021. And you'll see it. It could be about, wow, it's about safety. It's about love. It's about security. It's about
Yeah.
clarity. It's about courage.
You probably see the
Um,
common theme for each of them coming back
ex-
into one.
exactly. Like I'll give you an example. In the past, some of mine have been about simplicity, about love, about family. Like there's a common theme that
Yeah.
throughout all these areas. And so write those down. So that is step one of calling on what you want. Is you've connected to feelings in all of your different areas, and you've got your theme. Then you're going to go on to the now, okay, well, what do I want? Now I know how I want to feel. What does
Hmm.
this look like? So a lot of people skip step one now and they go right into this step. It's really
Yeah.
important to do step one. So now that you're like, you know what? I want to feel like it's about, let's say, I don't know, vibrancy or something. I'm making,
Yeah.
we're talking about health and feeling. I want to feel vibrant. I want to feel peace. I want peace. I want joy. I want
Yeah.
safety. Maybe those are your three themes for 2021. So from that place, then you can look at what does that look like? What do I want?
Yeah.
So, for example, you want to really get clear with this. So you want to get so clear that you look at, let's say it is a house. I'm making a house. Let's say the house is going to bring you that groundedness, that safety, that security, that
Yeah.
peace, that ease. You want a home. You want to, how is it going to change your life? How would your life be different? Look at that. How would your life be
Yeah.
different? We go back to health. If you felt like you could move through your days with ease, if you could felt the anxiety gone and you feel joy and peace
Yeah.
and groundedness, how would your life be different? Give it meaning, you know? So, and
Yeah.
I want to share one of my favorite quotes, which is raise your standards and the universe will meet you there. So
I
what
love that.
yeah, raise your
So good.
standards and the universe will meet you there because it's sort of the idea that, if we only think we are deserving of this, we're
Yeah.
gonna maybe
We're gonna stay
receive
there.
only this. Yeah,
Yeah.
why cap ourselves? It's so common, especially over time, to do that, right? Like
Sky is
we
the
put
limit, like everyone says.
really, yeah.
Yeah.
When you're doing this, you want to be in that energy, and that's why we do start with gratitude when we close off the year because we want to call on that energy of limitless possibilities. Because why manifest from a space of limit?
Yeah.
Why limit us? We want to be limitless.
I think a
So
lot of people get caught in it because they feel safe. It's like a safe area that they're scared to kind of do an extra layer of something that they're not sure of.
That's right. When you do this, you don't want to, we want to let go of the worries and the fears. We want
Yeah.
to step into the energy of,
Yeah.
of that childlike wonder where,
Yeah.
if a child says, I have two boys, right? 5 and 2. So if they say to me, I'm going to be a dinosaur, they believe it, they feel it, they own it.
Yeah.
There's no
And then
doubt.
they're dinosaur.
Yeah, and even though in my mind, I'm like, wait, dinosaurs extinct? Can you really transform
Yeah.
into a dinosaur? They have no doubt, they
Yeah.
have no doubt. So that's the energy we want to embrace. That's the
Yeah.
spirit we want to embrace. And then we always want to leave it with this or something better, So
Yeah.
so when we do that, we say this or something better. We're keeping ourselves open to the possibility of more. So even if we may have limited ourselves without realizing, even though we think we're limitless, by even ending it with this or something more and
Yeah.
keeping that energy open, we've now opened up that box. So I always, whatever you want, so write down what you want clearly and leave it open to this or something more. And then we move into what you were talking about, which is creating an affirmation of gratitude around that as though it is here. So that
Yeah.
is step 3. So,
It's like you already have it.
you got it. That's
Yeah.
exactly it. So step 1, to recap, we're going through the calling on after we've closed the year. This is calling on the new. We have gotten clear on the feelings. We've gotten our theme. We have now gotten clarity on what do we want that aligns, that matches those feelings, that's in alignment. So when we want Thai, we call Thai. When we want pizza,
Yeah.
we call pizza. We don't get our wires crossed.
Yeah.
And then 3 is really about creating an affirmation of gratitude as though it's here. So you can write this down. So we want to keep it in the present. And so this could look like, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm vibrant. I'm so happy and
Yeah.
grateful now that I'm at peace. I'm so happy and grateful that I wake up with energy and excitement. I'm so happy and grateful that my income is constantly increasing. I'm so happy and grateful that I have my life partner. Whatever it might be
Yeah.
for you. It's about creating those affirmations. And like you said, Nat, some people, they put it on their wall. They they
I know
write
some
it
people that
down.
even they do like even a phone thing, like they have a phone app where like the first thing in the morning it shows like some sort of quote.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They quote, they might record their own voice hearing it so that it's
Yeah.
repeated back when it's in the shower in the morning, whatever,
Repeat in the
whatever.
mirror.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
it just keeps infusing in our body the energy of
Yeah.
that. And then what we do next is step 4, which is we trust and we surrender to the outcome, letting go of attachment. And this is really, can be really hard, where
Yeah.
we have to trust and that we ask and it is given. And we have to let go of attachment, meaning we have to let go of how it comes, when it comes. We have to be open
Yeah.
to listening to our intuition, to receiving, which be open to the energy of receiving, to surrendering the outcome of being ready to receive. So this is probably the hardest step for most is, okay, you've gotten your feelings, you've gotten clear. Now we need to let go of attachment. Mike Dooley is an amazing book, Leveraging the
Yeah.
Universe and Engaging the Magic, and he talks about the curse and how. Meaning we need to know what we want. We need to feel that energy, but we need to be open to how it's going to show up.
Yeah.
How, like, for example, I'll give you the example with COVID, with this year. Maybe some of us have always wanted to work from home. And there you are, not working from home yet. you know, Never in a million years, I'm sure, would you have imagined I am going to call. It's not that you wish for a global pandemic, but the idea
Yeah.
of, you never would have maybe thought, wow, maybe I would actually be able to work from home, be
Yeah.
able to take lunch with my child
Yeah.
in this way,
Yeah.
and so
Well, it's not like
just.
it saves time. Like I don't have to drive home and then eat super quickly at like 20 minutes, then drive back. Like that time is precious.
That's right. And that's why I'm
Yeah.
giving this as an example, because it's so drastic. Never in
Yeah.
a million years would you have assumed I am going to get, I say this about my husband, right? He commutes as well. And I say, oh, we've
Yeah.
gotten back hours,
Yeah.
in
It's so
with
true.
him,
That alone
because
is like huge in a day, like travel
huge,
time.
huge a day, and I'm
Yeah.
doing all of my business virtually, and it's incredible because I can reach people who could have not maybe in the past come to a physical space.
Yeah.
And never in a million years, what I say, what I thought of this being a catalyst for it,
Yeah.
So that's why we need to let go of attachment. When we can release attachment of how things are going to manifest, we really open up to
Yeah.
so many possibilities. And when we're open, when our energy is open, that's when we're ready to receive. That's when we're really surrendering. So
Yeah.
that is the key. And for you to do that, it's about just reminding yourself, your affirmation, and you'll remind yourself, because when things come to you, the more that we can allow ourselves to feel the feelings of what we want. So if we want more love,
Yeah.
and we want to call on a life partner, do things that evoke love within us. Maybe it is watching a rom-com for us to feel the energy of
Yeah.
that. Maybe it's about, if we have children, maybe it's about really soaking in their energy. Whatever you can do to just feel that energy now.
Yeah. Sometimes it's
You
just like even just watching like our kids and just seeing them in the moment. It's really exciting. And they're like, I forget that. Like it's nice to get the reminder of like, yes, I was there and I was like that.
That's right. And
Yeah.
all of this sounds so simple when I say, okay, when I recap the steps, I'll recap it from the top. So if you guys are following through,
Yeah.
this will be the final recap, but I'll recap from the top, and then I'll go into one more things. I know we're running shorter on time, but we're going to start by releasing the old, celebrate, bless, release the old to clear the space for the new. And once we've done that, we are going to move in on calling on the new by getting clear on our core desires and our theme for 2021. Then from that space, looking at what do we want tangibly? What does that look like? How will it change our life? How will it make us feel?
Yeah.
And then we create those affirmations of gratitude as though it's present. And finally, we trust and surrender to the process, let going of attachment, let going of the outcome, trusting that it will unfold in its own timing. So if it doesn't come exactly when, sometimes we put a timeline. I mean,
Yeah.
like, this must happen by this time.
Yeah.
And that's not
You
how
just have to let
necessarily
it go. You have
universe
to let
will
it be.
work. That's not necessarily how
Yeah.
it'll work. So we really need to surrender fully and wholeheartedly, trusting it will come in its divine timing.
Yeah.
And always remembering this or something better, and being open to all possibilities,
Hmm.
knowing that our desires may show up in ways we never imagined, just like we spoke of. And a delay is not a denial. A delay, if it doesn't happen, by a certain date, does not mean
Yeah.
you are denied of that. It can just show up exactly when it should show up, which we don't know. We aren't sure.
Yeah.
So it all happens in knowing and divine timing.
And I
And
know it's funny that you say that too. It's like whenever, like I've always said, I've always wanted to help people and whatever, and I didn't know how that would happen or what I wanted to do with it. But it was like I contacted you for health issues kind of thing, and then that
right,
turned into something else, and then I was led to a whole other group of amazing, positive people, and then a company,
right.
and just like things just happen sometimes, and it's great.
You're so right, because we
Yeah.
can really look back, and it's always right, hindsight 2020, where we can look back and say, wow, like, you can connect some dots. And even
Yeah.
in the darkest of times, whatever you are struggling with, I mean this from the deepest place of my heart,
Yeah.
we can we can look for growth, and for growth and for silver linings
Yeah.
if we choose to. And I'm not discounting anyone's pain, but I am saying alongside that pain, where there's dark, there's light. Alongside that
Yeah.
pain, we can choose to also move forward, not from a place where
Yeah.
we're disregarding any pain, but where we're really choosing to look for light, and
Yeah.
to move from
We're
that space.
choosing to like use those things as the learning curve to get to the
That's
next
right.
place of where we need to
That's
be.
right.
Yeah.
That's right.
No, that's so
Wow,
great.
I know we
I love it.
come up to the time already, but we wish everyone a blessed and magical and beautiful end to 2020,
Yeah.
and a happy beginning to 2021, and
And we will see you in the new year.
see you all in the new
Yeah.
year. Happy